Tonsure is the practice of cutting or shaving some or all of the hair on the scalp as a sign of religious devotion and humility. Sometimes referred to as the monastic crown, the haircut has been associated with a multitude of religions throughout history. Tonsure can also refer to the secular practice of shaving all or part of the scalp to show support, sympathy, or mourning. The term originates from the Latin word tonsura, meaning clipping or shearing. Tradition states that tonsure originated with the disciples of Jesus, who observed the Torah command not to shave the hair around the sides of their heads. In medieval times, the priest would keep the tonsure as it marked their obedience to the church. Failing to maintain tonsure was the equivalent of attempting to abandon one's clerical state. There were three forms of tonsure known in the 7th and 8th centuries: Oriental, which consisted of shaving the whole head; Celtic, which involved shaving the head from ear to ear; and Roman, where only the top of the head was shaved so as to allow the hair to grow in the form of a crown. Among the Merovingians, whose rulers were the long-haired kings, the ancient custom was that an unsuccessful pretender or a dethroned king would be tonsured. He then had to retire to a monastery until his hair grew back. In Byzantium, around the 8th century, the practice of tonsure, coupled with castration, was common for deposed emperors and their sons. Prior to this, disfigurement, usually by blinding, was the normal practice. Eastern Christianity still practices tonsure. It always consists of the cutting of 4 locks of hair in the form of the cross, as the celebrant says, "In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." In Western Christianity, tonsure is now mostly obsolete, practiced only with special authorization. However, some monastic orders and individual monasteries still maintain the tradition. In Hinduism, tonsure can be used in the rites of passages and is called Chudakarana, which translates to rite of tonsure. It may be performed as the child's first haircut, the mark of their entry into school, or to mark the death of an immediate family member, usually amongst male mourners. Until a few decades ago, many Hindu communities, especially the upper castes, forced widows to undergo the ritual of tonsure and shun good clothes and ornaments in order to make them unattractive to men. Tonsure is part of the rite of pabhaja and of becoming a monk or nun. This involves shaving the head and is often required to be kept this way. Tonsure may also be used as a broad description for some Orthodox Jewish traditions. Males do not shave the corners of their beards or scalps, as described in Leviticus 19:27, and females are required to cover their hair completely, usually with a wig, to maintain modesty. But in some devout cases, they will even shave it. Partial tonsure is forbidden in Islam, however shaving the entire head is allowed.